Hey, I have got some information in a video today that is really going to help you distinguish between your A players and your B players. So this is kind of like part 2 continued from my last week's video. So today's video is entitled, Want to Hire A Players? Ask these 7 questions. So I recently, let me start by asking you this question. Do you want to know how you can identify an A player in about 10 minutes while you're giving your job interview? And I'm thinking, if I could hear you, that you were saying absolutely. So actually I came across an article written by Dinna Davis, and she is the founder of Epic Curious Life. And she had based these questions really on her 15 plus years of experience in management and actually hiring over 1,000 employees over the years at all levels of management. And she even talks about in her article what I had shared in my last video on A players is, the difference between A players, B players, and C players. And if you want more information about that, I'll put the link below on that video so you can go check it out. But today I want to share with you what those 7 questions are that you can incorporate in your interview process to make sure that you are hiring an A player when you are really wanting, like I talked about before, that, to make up your workforce, at least 75% of them being A players versus the B players. All right. So let's get started. Hey, I'm Dr. Heather Williamson with the Transformation Group, and welcome back to the channel. All right, so I want to share with you, and I'm going to read these because I didn't want to miss anything. But anyway, so of the 7 questions, the first one is for you to consider is, have they been promoted at least once in a previous role? And so A players obviously are going to be great at what they do, and good managers are going to want to pick them up very fast and offer more responsibility. And you can find this information out on LinkedIn. So look at their LinkedIn profile and see, when they're at their current company or in their previous companies, if they've been promoted. Once is great, twice is amazing, and 3 times is out of this world. And so the second question that Dinna suggests is, have they had to lead a big project in a previous role? And if they did, how did they handle it? So A players are going to be ones that obviously they're going to take on responsibility, more responsibility over time and not less. They also have got previous experience and they're confident in their abilities, and they were given a large or important project and asked if they've given a large or important project on their own. So they're not co-managing it. The third question to consider is this the same role as a previous job, or is it somewhat or completely different? So keep in mind, A players love a challenge. So if you've got A players, Dinna has found that most A players don't change companies so much as they change roles, because they like the challenge of constant learning, new things, and being in new situations. Question 4, can they speak about your company and tell you what they like and what they see that might change? So an A player is going to do their research on a company before an interview. They're going to try and understand your strategy, what's going well and what's not, and they can clearly articulate what they like about your company, but also provide some constructive feedback on what you might want to change. If they don't know what your company does, or they have no opinion, whether it's positive or negative about it, that is a red flag, because that is not going to be an A player. Question 5, are they confident without being cocky? This is really important. So obviously there is a fine line between confidence and cocky. And so A players really have a great track record, and they want someone who talks a lot about being on great teams and having great managers and mentors, not someone who constantly says I or I that. So keep in mind, you want somebody with confidence. Question 6, are they committed to continual learning, and how can they prove it? So A players love, love, love to learn new skills. Ask them what they learned in their previous role. Ask which book they're currently reading. Ask what they plan to learn in the next 6 to 12 months and how they'll go about getting that accomplished. Question 7. How would you rate the quality and quantity of questions they ask you during the interview? So a great interview is always a conversation. It should never be one-sided. And I want you to think about the quantity and the quality of questions that you ask. And then your A players care about the team they'll be on, their manager, and where you want to take your company moving forward. Or actually, the focus is really on the questions that they're going to ask you, because they're going to be concerned about all of those things. So these are the 7 questions that you should be thinking about when you are interviewing to make sure that you are hiring an A player. And so hopefully you found some great value in this. Please use these questions during your interview process to make sure that you are hiring the A players that you really want, because that is what's going to move your company forward and give you the results that you are hopefully wanting to achieve. So until next time, don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and let me know in the comment section below if you like these questions, and even if you've come up with some different ones to identify A-type players. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and so you don't miss out on any of these great leadership tip videos that come up, and hit the notification button so it will notify you when they do come out. And until next time, go out and be that boss that your employees want to work for. Bye.